So I have a question for you. Have you ever felt like that pull inside of you towards something different, something new, even though it feels scary and uncertain? In today's video, we're talking about the hero's journey, step 5, crossing the threshold. So in crossing the threshold, you start to step outside of what's familiar to you and embrace the unknown. You start to step into the transformation that embrace the process of change. You start to see a different version of yourself, you 2.0. So this is the video where we're going to talk about stepping outside of your comfort zone and stepping into your vision. So if that's what interests you, stick around. I'm Sherry from SherryLouMiller.com. So for the past few weeks, we've been talking about the 12 steps of the hero's journey. The playlist is listed in the description below, so feel free to check it out. This is step 5, crossing the threshold. Let's get started. So let's talk about what this step looks like for me. We're going to take a brief trip through my journey, and then you can see how you can apply this concept to your life so that you can step to a different chapter. Going into this is the end of the year. This is when most people start to reflect, but you can reflect whenever. If things don't really feel aligned for you, then you can always take a moment and pause and decide, what do you need to live your life by design and live your best life, live your life according to what you envision. And if you're not headed towards that vision, then pivot. So let's take a look at my journey. If you've been following along, then you know that from last week's video, I did a self-discovery year where I took time to reacquaint myself. And I also did the prosperity game where I took 30 days to shift my mindset from scarcity to abundance. And that, along with some other things, embracing small steps in my business as well as my life, and just taking time to reflect in general, to see where I was out of alignment, how I could get back on track. Those were all a part of a journey which fell under the umbrella of self-discovery. That's when I realized that I needed to pivot. And when I started to embrace the journaling idea, that was me crossing over the threshold, leaving behind what was familiar to me, my gift shop, my standard digital products, which focused on budgeting, spending trackers, expense trackers, spending challenges to see where your money's going, all of these financial templates to help people get their money in order. But really, things are based on our choices and mindset. Our money is energy, and it takes on the meaning that we give it. So my initial products were focused on that core audience, but it just was not lighting me up. And I needed to do something different. More importantly, I think I needed to get away from focusing on the outcome, where you go through the steps to get this result. As I heard a podcast once, and the guy was like, if you're focused on the outcome, that's not your business. If you're not enjoying the journey or the process, it's not your business. And when I heard him say that, I thought about myself. Everything was focused on the end goal, making so much per money, generating sales, driving traffic, but it didn't light me up. It was no longer fulfilling to me. So I thought, really enjoyed the journaling, really enjoyed the self-discovery journey. The abundance mindset shift is something that I do every few years when I'm feeling stuck or the energy around my money is off. I need to get unstuck. So I start to spend freely to get my thoughts changing, to realize in this universe, there's an abundance of everything. You just have to embrace it. There's not, if this person gets it, then you can't have it. Like you can't be in that mentality, in that space. And I wasn't really there, but I don't think I was really focusing on there's enough. Tomorrow, there'll be enough. Maybe there's not as much as you want it to be, but there is enough. And I don't know that you need to settle for enough, but you at least need to know there is enough and there's an abundance in the universe. So on my vision board, I have that. That's one of my things, abundance, abundance of good health, wealth, because riches and wealth are not the same thing, happiness, joy. Like that is actually a place on my board. And it has been for the last 2, maybe 3 years. But when you recognize the vision board reflects what you want for yourself, but are you living it? Are you the person that can embrace it? And for a while, even though it was on there, I wasn't that person. So the prosperity game helped me to shift my mindset back to abundance. So between the self-discovery journey, the abundance mindset, as well as my passion for financing, I decided to merge all of these together into a journal sequence. So it starts with the 21-day experience where you shift your mindset. It'll go into another experience where you're looking at where you're spending your time, energy, and money, because all of these are valuable resources. You cannot get your time back. It is finite. So you need to look at the resources in your life where you're spending them. And I felt like I was kind of on a hamster wheel. I was not making the best use of my time or energy, and my money was not reflecting what I wanted it to be either, my finances. And then, the following step I have about vision, and then my end product is all of these coming together, but they focus more on what we have internally, what's inside of us. And when we can embrace who we are and make changes to our inner self, then our outer world will reflect that, and we can cross that threshold into a newer version of ourselves, you 2.0. But it starts within you. So that was how my crossing the threshold started to unfold. It started to unfold that just making money from my Etsy shop, just tracking the metrics, it wasn't fulfilling. That I needed to step into my vision of personal growth, self-discovery, the things that I'm passionate about, the things that light me up. So I could start to see the change in my mindset, that it was about more than just building a business, more than driving traffic to my Etsy shop, more than just making the money, having daily deposits into my account. It was about building something that represented me, who I am, what I value, the change that I want to make in the world, the value that I want to give to others. That's what I started to embrace. And as I did, I stepped into a different vision, one that was lighting me up, one that ideas are just constantly flowing, as I said before, one that I know no matter how many years I do these journals, they can impact other people's lives and help them make a change. That's what became more important to me, because life is about more than dollars and cents. Yes, it would probably be a lot easier if you had a lot of dollars and cents, but do the things that you want, do the things that bring you joy, because like attracts like. So with the law of attraction, the more you embrace what lights you up, you will attract more to that, and the money will come. Now, when it shows up, who knows? But just let go of the end game, let go of the outcome, embrace the journey, embrace the process of you getting there. And because the end game will keep changing, because life's a journey. You're not going to reach a destination and it's over, because if you do, well, you know how that would end. So throughout the journey, embrace it. Pivot when necessary. That's been a key to this whole process, is you have to know when to pivot. You may have more than one ordinary world. You may have more than one crossing the threshold, because life is constantly evolving. I'm going to read this part because I want to get it right. Crossing the threshold means you commit to your journey. You stop looking back at what was, and you fully embrace what is ahead of you. You trust your process. Even if it feels scary, even if doubt starts to creep in, you trust the process. And that's pretty much what I did. I didn't really know what is ahead of me. I don't know if this journaling thing is going to work out, but I have faith. I'm going to trust my vision. I'm going to trust my experience. I'm going to trust my expertise, and I'm going to move forward, which is the reason behind keeping my word of the year the same, faith. I'm going to stay on faith. I'm going to allow faith to be my foundation. So that is the message for the day. Cross the threshold. Commit to your journey. Even when it feels scary and you start to have doubt, stay on the path. Now let's move into our homework. So here we go. Prompt 1. What step are you ready to take, even though it feels uncertain to you? Prompt 2. What's holding you back from embracing the unknown? Prompt 3. How would your life change if you fully trusted your journey ahead? Prompt 4. What's one thing you can do today to step out of your comfort zone, out of your familiar? Prompt 5. How does it feel to commit to a new path, even without knowing the outcome? So I'd like to make this 12 steps a little bit more engaging. So if you feel comfortable, put the answer to some of your prompts, your journaling prompts, in the comment section below. Because this right here, this step is the turning point. It's when you decide to step into your vision. And at year end, I think people are more apt to embrace change. As the year moves through 2025, sometimes we kind of fall off. But at this point, when you're reflecting on the year 2024, are you in the same space that you were this time last year, 2023? If you are, then it is time to step. It is time to cross over the threshold, to step out of your familiar, to step out of your comfort zone and embrace change and embrace the unknown. If you found value, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I'd really appreciate it if you share it because that helps the channel. I'll see you on step 6 in the next video. Have a good one.